Mopsy! Hey everybody, it's Retro Repair Roundup, whatever episode number this is. I don't know, it's 50 or something.
It is 50. You were right. Yay!
I have remembered.
No, it's numbers.
Age. Oh no. Yeah, anyway, welcome to Retro Repair Roundup number 50 for this wonderful Sunday, January 21st. I'm staring at my clock trying to read it and say at the same time and failing because my brain doesn't work. Hi, I'm Joe of Joe's Computer Museum. To my wonderful right there, we have Javier, the Hob Master. We got Trina's Technobabble in the lower corner there, and our wonderful guests from VCF SoCal. We have Steve, the VintNerd, and Micki, the showrunner of VCF SoCal. So everybody give them a round of applause. Fashionably late, as always, is our wonderful co-host, Ron, who he's probably doing something I don't know. He's kind of radio silence right now, but that's okay. He will show up or he won't. Whatever. So, so this is awesome. Let's real quick before we get into the weeds here. Remember to lasso that like button and spur that subscribe button. It really does help out the channel and all of that wonderful awesomeness. So say hello to everybody. Now, let's get into those weeds and talk to our wonderful guests from VCF SoCal. How you guys doing tonight?
We're great.
We're good.
Yeah, we're sad we don't have hats. Sorry.
Yes, that's all right.
See,
we didn't get the memo.
Now I'm supposed to tell people that beforehand, and I always forget. So, like, it's
and considering that it was me that arranged these two lovely folks, yes. I didn't tell them either because I don't wear a hat, so I don't even think about it.
You have abrogated your duties, Stream Mom. You're fired.
Oh, sweet. Perfect. Yay. Okay. Have fun, Joe, figuring out the count.
And now, have fun scheduling it. Now she's going to sleep for the rest of the stream. So how about you guys introduce yourselves to the wonderful community we have watching here. Tell everybody what's going on and then start talking about VCF SoCal. Who are you and who is your daddy and what does he do?
Hi, I am Micki Dieterich, and I am Mrs. VintNerd on the side. My side gig for the VintNerd over here. We opened the YouTube channel 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Right. So I do the editing and the graphic design and advertising for the channel, and Steve is the talent.
I get to have all the fun.
Yeah, and then we decided recently to bring a vintage computer festival to SoCal. So I am now the showrunner for VCF SoCal, which fits nicely into my background. I do a lot of event planning on the side and some for the business that I work for. And vintage computer wise, I haven't done anything as recent as Steve does, but I did cut my teeth on a TRS-80 playing Oregon Trail. And then programmed on Apple IIe's in grades or junior high. Mm-hmm. And then I had a Commodore 64, which could be up here on the shelf behind us. It might be. And then an SX 64. So,
which is over there somewhere.
Yeah. So I have definitely enjoyed my time on computers.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm Steve Dieterich and the VintNerd on the VintNerd YouTube channel that Micki hasn't shut down yet, so I got to take over. This is the VintNerd studio. Take over a room in our abode here, and she really let me suggested that I start the channel so that I could tell somebody else about all this stuff instead of her. So, and I think that's worked out quite well. And then I roped her into let's do a vintage computer show here. So. Because we went to VCF West and VCF Southwest in Dallas, Texas, and had a really great time having an exhibit table for the VintNerd. And met a lot of great people, and we're like, let's do one here. There's nothing there. There is one in California, VCF West in Mountain View. It's 7 hours from here. California is a very, very tall state, yes. So we're quite the distance from the other show. And so this is what we got ourselves into about 6-7 months ago. We've got 4 weeks to go.
Yeah.
3 weeks and 5 days. Yes. Yep.
I'm this old.
Yeah, I'm gonna have more gray hair in about a month from now.
Awesome sauce. So, so you say you're starting up VCF SoCal. So, what are your goals for this event specifically? Are you looking to mirror the other events? Are you trying to kind of forge your own path? What's the skinny?
What's nice about the VCFs is they're all unique. You're going to get a little bit something different, a different flavor at each one that you go to. So we want to honor, the VCF, the VC Fed name, and put on a show that's worthy of being, the moniker of Vintage Computer Festival. But we're trying to do something a little bit different, maybe have some SoCal flavor to it ourselves. We will have exhibits, as you would expect, vendors, speakers, consignment. But we're trying to really emphasize the social component. So we're making as many opportunities as possible for folks to hang out and have a good time with other retro enthusiasts. And that's why we opted to do it in a hotel. So we're at the Hotel Farah, which is centrally located in Orange County. It's right at the crux of the 5 and the 55 and the 22 freeways. They call it the Orange Crush, right near Anaheim Stadium, miles from Disneyland, and Anaheim Stadium, and then UCI Medical Center's across the street, just in case. So it very centrally located, and the event center is part of the hotel, but somewhat separate. So there's actually an external entrance right into the event area, but then you can move on over to the hotel and the bar and the outdoor area that they have, and just
bar.
Bar.
Javier, your tequila awaits.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have a special drink at the bar for VCF
yeah, we're supposed
SoCal.
to have a signature SoCal drink. We're working that out.
Nice.
Awesome. That is awesome. So, is there an airport nearby as well?
Yeah. Well, there's
you clearly have not been to Southern California.
No,
you can't.
I haven't
drive
been further
8
west
minutes.
than Iowa, so you're gonna have to fill me in.
You can't drive 8 minutes without
quickly,
hitting
if
an
you look
airport
at
here.
Joe, you can see how pale he
That's
is.
very good.
Obviously, never been to California.
Trina, you bring your arm
so
over
many
to my
airports.
arm anytime, and I got you beat, lady.
You kids.
Oh wait, that's right. Javier's here. Anyway, but no, seriously. So it's basically, the idea is it's in a really good location. It's close to LA, but it's also relatively nearby to San Diego as well. So you are kind of right there in that southern population center. So I think that's good, because that allows a kind of a different component from VCF West, which is way farther up north from you guys. So
Right. Yeah, the majors, the drivable, like Tucson, Scottsdale, Arizona's, Palm Springs, Las Vegas is 3.5 hours away from us here. LA, is farther because it's 10 miles away, right? LA, but
faster to walk.
Orange County, California, San Diego, it's just a massive people available to just drive to the show, let alone we have people coming from further states away as well
who want to enjoy some of the sunny weather. We're going to require some sun of our weather that weekend.
We thought about it long and hard, and we decided we're not going to have any snow, so we could have shipped it in.
Hey, I'm from Ohio. I have plenty right now. You can have all of mine that you want. Just come and take it, and it'll be a tourist attraction.
One of the fun things about this area is we can see snow on our drive to go, places around here, because part of the reason the traffic's so bad around here is there's so many mountain ranges, so everything's squeezed and bottlenecked in.
Yeah, you've got the ocean and the mountains.
Yeah, but you could go hang out in snow, and then 90 minutes later be at the beach with your feet in the ocean. So
cool.
Yep.
Awesome sauce. That's great. So, as far as this show goes, how many days is it, and who do you have any big names lined up to come show up this year?
It is 2 days. It's Saturday and Sunday. For our exhibitors, they'll load in on Friday night, and we're going to have a little private party on Friday night for the folks that are contributing to the show.
The exhibitors and vendors and speakers.
And then what's a benefit is it's actually on President's Day weekend. So a lot of folks have Monday off. So if you want to spend all day Sunday there, you can. Then you have, you're not have to waking up, for school or work the next day. So as far as big names, we are kind of doing grassroots. We're kind of taking it slow, really focusing on the makers and people that were in the industry in its heyday. So we do have Bill Hurd is going to come down and join us, and we've got some fun activities with Bill, possibly some sort of interactive game show sort of thing.
And Action Retro.
Yeah, Action.
Which Sean's in the, I believe he's in the chat here.
Yes.
I was hoping Sean would twist like Mac 84's arm to get him out here, but
yes.
And
You never know.
I also see that you are having Tech Ambrosia is going to have a booth there.
Ooh,
Part of our
nice.
community as well. So
yes.
Oh, nice. Okay.
yeah.
Yep. Cool. That is awesome.
I was thinking something. Oh yeah. So you asked about the days, if I may.
Yeah.
So the main show is Saturday, Sunday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. on February 17th and 18th. And as Micki mentioned, Friday evening is load in, or Friday afternoon is load in for exhibitors, vendors. And after that, we're having that private welcome party. And that's part of something we're doing different than we've seen at the VCS we've been to, is the weekend disappears for exhibitors. You never get to go around and see everything. And, you got to have attendees, but, then it gets crowded and you can't get through and see things. So that's part of the private party Friday night for the exhibitors, vendors and such, is we're just going to hang out, enjoy, have the open cash bar and access to the grand hall after everything's set up. So exhibitors can look at exhibitors' exhibits without the crush of all the attendees. Yeah, right. Exhibitors exhibiting. So without the crush of the attendees around, and get to know the other exhibitors, and then let the show start the next morning for everyone else.
Awesome. That is great. I like that idea. And, a lot of our folks here probably have the experience with VCF Midwest, which tends to be the big one. The big one there in Chicago. And I've heard a lot of feedback that can be a problem for the exhibitors, is that it is such an insane party, so to speak, with everybody there, that if you're an exhibitor or a vendor, it is difficult for you to get away from your exhibit or your booth to go have fun yourself. So I think it's cool to give them that option to just kind of, run around and have their own little thing. So that's awesome. Yep. I like that. Cool beans. Any other cool tips, tricks, or, I don't know, advice for those who are wanting to stop by and come check out VCF SoCal?
Well, buy your tickets early. Saturday.
Buy early and buy often.
Yeah. Buy multiple tickets. Go in and out all day long, right? Saturday's shaping up to be the bigger attending day right now, and you can figure, right? So
but we've got good stuff happening on Sunday. So you want to be there Sunday.
Yeah, if you're totally into this stuff, which all of us in this room here, right? It's going to be both, right? Yeah, in our separate combined rooms.
Yes.
But when on Saturday, when the show is over at 6 p.m., the party's going to move to the hotel lobby. The hotel. Micki went through 30 venues, 30 local venues, exhibit halls, and so forth, and whittled it down to maybe a dozen, and then down to 6, and then compared pricing, availability. And we picked the Hotel Farah. And one of the reasons is it has a nice lobby, large lobby, lots of seating, outdoor patio area past the bar. The bar is part of the lobby. I didn't do a seat count, but I'm guessing 200 plus places to sit down. Nice. And I asked one of the managers at the hotel, I'm like, she pointed out the couches and the electrical outlets because people want to plug in their laptops. And I'm like, can people plug in old retro and play Doom in the lobby and stuff? And she's got no problem with that. So after the show floor closes at 6 p.m., anybody can join us in the grand lobby and just bring out your favorite. I really want to see how many people show up with their watches or their old radios that are playing Doom or whatever.
Yeah.
But we're gonna chill and just have more fun for the rest of the evening.
That is awesome. I love it.
Oh no.
And I look forward to hearing the stories of drunk Adrian Black in the lobby.
Well, if he plays that drinking game of every time Sean says shenanigans,
Yeah,
He's not gonna lie.
he'll be drunk within like 5 minutes.
That's
Yeah.
right.
you guys are gonna drink Southern California dry.
I see a question here. Somebody's asking, does the Hall have 3-phase 208 volt? Well, it does. One of the things we did was we went to a site visit at the event center with the engineer, and we mapped out every high voltage outlet.
Amps, and what circuit was on. And,
what circuit and how many amps we're getting from it.
We ran them through the ringer.
Yeah, so we're pretty confident that somebody's going to blow a circuit. I mean, it happens all the time, right? But we're pretty confident this is going to be pretty good for power usage, and it's another reason why we picked the establishment.
Cool. So we can hopefully look forward to seeing some big metal there. Running at like 14 quadrillion volts. That's awesome. I love it.
Something like that.
We don't have it yet, but we'll welcome it. We got a plug ready for you.
Well, I'm handling exhibitors, and there's been so many. We've got 35 set up right now, but I'm still talking to like another 6 or 8 at the moment. And I've talked to others who have had to back out because the weekend didn't work for them. Somebody's bringing iron that they're like, it runs warm, so it needs lots of ventilation. So I'm like, I won't put you next to a wall, but
that is awesome. Gosh, I had a question and it escaped me. Oh man, I hate it when it does that. Me and my stupid brain. Anyway, I don't know.
It'll come back to you before the end of the show.
It probably maybe. Sabrina, you know me. Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
It was something about the something specific about the venue or something like that. Yeah, here it is. So if folks want to know or hear a bit or read a bit more or anything about that, about VCF SoCal, or they're an exhibitor or they want to buy tickets, is there a place they can go to on the interwebs where they can find this information? And I don't know, say, hey, I want to come show my stuff at VCF SoCal.
Yeah, we've got a GeoCity site. No, I'm sorry. We're a website.
Let me get my CompuServe email address.
And your beeper.
It's VCFSoCal.com. And we've got a lot of info on there. And if you've got questions, let us know. In fact, we're answering questions right now. So yeah, we're happy to answer questions and get people set up for however they'd like to participate.
Cool.
Make yourself big, Joe.
Make yourself big. There you go.
So you mentioned if exhibitors wanted to sign up, and we do have plenty of room still. The nice thing about the event center is the grand ballroom, where exhibitors are going to be. Right now, we're planning and putting consignment in there. But if I get enough people wanting to sign up to exhibit, we'll move consignment out of there to another room. We'll rent another room at the hotel, and we can expand this out to as many. We're never going to run out of space for exhibitors at this point. I will take on every exhibitor that wants to come and have fun. There is a fee. It's $35 for a table and a weekend pass, and of course, entrance to the welcome party, the private party on Friday night. But that helps us support, filling the space. And we bit off a large chunk that we'd like to pay off the credit cards. Let's just put that out there. We should be good, but we also want to have enough ticket sales to be able to put a down payment for the next year, so we can just make that solid and get that all set. We're expecting a great show, and we're going to enjoy it. And doing all this work to set it up, we want to do it next year as well. But we can only do it with everybody's support. The exhibitors who are helping out with exhibitor fees, the attendees buying tickets, T-shirt sales. we're doing this just to do it. You know, we have regular jobs. You know, we pay our mortgage and so forth. So all this is so we can just have this show happen.
Mhm. Cool beans. Well,
Mhm.
I love it. It sounds like it's going to be an absolutely fun time for everybody who attends. Oh my gosh, why me? No, bad. There we go. Okay. So it sounds like it's going to be super duper awesome. And finally, can you remind everybody again when it is so that everybody can make sure that they clear their calendar and get there, or Joe will be mad at them?
Yeah, it is February 17th and 18th, which happens to be President's Day weekend. So you get a 3-day weekend. And 9 to 6 are our exhibit hours. And was there another question? Was I supposed to answer something else?
It's in 3 weeks and 5 days.
Yeah.
So let's get the planning going.
Yeah.
Do it.
Just a side note, the hotel that we're in, we don't have a group rate anymore. That's expired. And they seem to maybe be sold out. We're not entirely sure. But there's a hotel across the street, and then there's 2 or 3 others within about a 10 or 15-minute walk or a 3-minute Uber ride, however you want to do it. So there's options.
It sounds
Mhm.
like it's going to be well attended then if the hotel
Already,
is already
yeah.
sold out.
Yeah.
Well, you know, we'll be honest. We didn't sell out the hotel. These other, you know, we're 3 miles from Disneyland. We're far enough away that
Don't give away the
In the middle
secret.
of
You're
it.
supposed to tell everybody it's sold out to like
oh
drive
my God,
up.
the hotels
height.
are already sold out.
And
So-
you can go to Disney and then come back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Or you take
Right.
that Monday, go to Disney on Monday.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
Or just don't go to Disney and just go to the
Exactly. Stay
event
there.
because it's Disney's boring in comparison. I mean, come on.
Tell your family you're going to Disney.
Old computers and old people playing with old computers. Did I just say
Right.
old people?
Yeah.
I just did another thingamaboop, guys. I just
What?
did it again. I just did an
Me.
unintentional insult.
Well, you can do a moopsie.
What's that?
Moopsie.
I did
There
a
you
moopsie. So it's fine.
And
So that
we
is
do have stickers.
yes.
Ooh.
Yes. Can you buy those online, or are those only available at the venue, or what?
Right now at the venue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. They're right here.
Yeah, you got to come to the show if you want a sticker.
Yes.
I might be messaging you after the 18th and going, do you have a sticker left over for those of us in Toronto who can't exactly, get in our car and just drive there?
Even by plane, it's like a whole day trip for Trina. So
Yeah.
and there's passports involved, and then they have to bring out the dogs because they have to check her
me.
luggage because she's got this history with like some sort of weird
Yeah.
shady thing that happened, and
That's
like
syrup.
she's on checklists. And I'm kidding.
Why
Anyway,
do you think I'm driving to Midwest?
yeah. Yes, so that is super duper awesome. Well, we've now come to the wonderful part of our show where we do the roundup or roundtable portion, where we go around and we talk about all the cool things that have been happening in our wonderful little world. So I'm going to again start with our wonderful guests, and I think now is a good chance for you guys to talk about the VintNerd channel, since we've been talking about VCF SoCal.
Yep.
Let's talk about your channel. You guys haven't been around for like too crazy long, but you have kind of rocketed up in popularity. So tell everybody about your channel a little bit.
Well, oh, wow. I have just worked with this stuff, too much for too long. I did get into the whole IBM beige box era doing computer consulting, and that, hey, you paid the bills, but that stuff is boring. So to me, I mean, there's other people who love that stuff, but I'm 8-bit, so I started with an Atari 4. Yep, there we go. 8-bit in the room. So I started with Atari 8-bits. Atari 400 was my first computer. Oh, what do we got? 8-bits. Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Anyway,
That's
sorry,
cool.
go ahead.
So I decided to start doing a YouTube channel to have some fun and give me a reason to play with all this stuff. And nicely, what I discovered is I started picking up some of the other 8-bits I never had. TI-99, the Cocos, Commodores. I've used them and such. But now I'm discovering some of the old quirks of those systems, like the memory mapping of the TI-99, things that they had to do to overcome some of the other engineering issues and some of the other machines. Like, I can't believe the Coco, everything goes in that side slot. I'm spoiled with the Atari 8-bit, where we have the SIO port, the serial IO, where you can daisy chain a tape drive and the disk drive and the printer and the modem, whatever else you can get on there. And then the poor, now I'm the Coco people, where everything has to go in that card slot, and you got the multi-face interface breakout on it. And I never knew. I mean, I even worked at Radio Shack in those days and sold Cocos, and I just never related to that. So I find it interesting, some of the engineering feats that these old machines had to do to get to the market, and the choices, the decisions on some of the specs of it. I mean, the TI-99, 2 joysticks and 1 port, come on. You couldn't afford another 9-pin, So it's just interesting choices that they made on these things.
So that's what you explore in the show.
That's what I explore in the show. So you get me talking on this stuff.
Yes.
So.
Javier and I are big Apple II folks, and so we're spoiled for choice. We got 7 slots, baby. We can put anything in our Apple IIs we want for years and years. Anyway,
yeah.
Until all 7 slots get full, and then
you just buy another Apple II. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
And you just got 7 more slots to put stuff in. It's great. It's all good.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
No, that is super duper awesome. We love that. So, speaking of your channel, what is the coolest new thing that you guys have been working on lately with your channel? Is there some really cool project you guys have been digging into that you want to kind of, I don't know, hint at? Maybe not like say, oh yeah, here's our next new thing, or maybe you want to say there's going to be this cool new thing coming out, so we're going to be coy about it, but come watch it on the channel.
Well, that's tough. There's two things about that. Is I've been crazy busy for the last 7 months working with Micki to get VCF SoCal off the ground. Yeah. I mean, it went from should we do it to we have 35 exhibitors, north of 100 tickets sold so far, speakers lined up. So it's been great. So the VintNerd channel has taken a little bit of a hit. But I am working with Atari STs with lots of video options I've picked up along the way to get some nice color out of that. The Atari portfolio, I've been collecting peripherals for that. I've got a couple memory expanders on that, the serial, the parallel interface. And so I want to explore some of that some more. I used to run a BBS, in the early days, doing computer consulting and sales. I've sold thousands of modems and serial ports for various machines over the years. So dial-up is a very much, oh, what do we got going there? Oh, he's stepping away, I'm assuming. So
sorry.
We didn't hear the sound, though.
It didn't work?
No, it's
freaking
picture. It's supposed to have a dial-up. It's supposed to have a
dial-up. It makes a dial-up noise.
Oh, nice.
So, I've got a Wi-Fi modem. I've got, real modems, landline stuff. So I'm going to start doing, I want to take each machine and get it online, show how it worked, what was the favorite app to use for that. Yeah. So I've got a lot of plans for the VintNerd channel. It's just at this moment, a lot of that's going to wait until after the show's done.
What, you mean having a full-time job, planning this event, and you don't have time to do videos?
What's going on?
Blows my mind.
No. Something's wrong in this world.
Right?
Stop sleeping.
Yeah.
Just do it.
This sleeping thing is taking up way too much of your time.
Yeah.
Stop sleeping, says Javier. Yeah. Come on now.
Yeah,
man.
and says Trina as well.
Yeah.
It's an inside joke. Anyway, so that is super duper awesome. Wow, I love that.
Well, what I do plan on working on right now and to show at the VCF SoCal is a light pen display. I've been collecting. If you go to any of my social media channels, the VintNerds, I'm all over all the socials. If you go back a number of weeks, I posted a photo of light pens I've collected. I actually have 2 or 3 other light pens beyond that I've picked up as well. So I want to show, some glass CRT tubes on my exhibit table with light pens for the Atari, light pen for the Commodore. I haven't checked yet, but I want to see if I can get a light pen working on the SX64 little tiny built-in screen.
Oh, the little A-big one. Yeah.
I don't know if the plastic is too far back or whatnot, but hopefully I can get that working with one of the light pens, because each light pen's a little bit different sensitivity to them.
Mhm.
So I thought that would be a fun display. There's probably most people have never used the light pen because they're so far in the past now. And once LCD, if people don't know, old TV tubes had an electron beam, and that's what the light pen picks up. LCD panels don't. They don't have that anymore. So light pens don't work on LCD panels, and that's taken over the world, in the last 20 years. So,
Mhm. Yep.
And the mouse.
Absolutely. Anyway, that is super duper awesome. I love it, and I look forward to seeing more stuff on your channel. And for anybody who didn't know, I popped their @ tag there, so you can go find all of their super duper awesome stuff all over the place. Again, go do it, or Joe will be mad at you. So
and I have a special today. Every subscriber that signs up on the VintNerd YouTube channel can watch all the videos for free.
Wow.
Yes.
But it's just for today.
Just today.
Well, we'll see how, maybe I'll extend that.
Okay, please. Yeah, we need it.
that is awesome. Wonderful. So
Anyway.
Next up, we need to talk to our other wonderful hosts here about what's going on in their worlds. So, Trina, what are you working on?
What am I working on? Mostly customers' computers as of late, which has been keeping. I know.
Boring.
I know, but it helps pays the bills. So, in fact, it was interesting. So, Monday, I had a laptop dropped off. The guy said it's full of viruses. So I tested, because I'm like, the funny part was we're actually decommissioning these at work because they're too old. So I'm just like, oh, it's just old hardware. It's why it's running slow. So I test the hardware, everything tests fine. And then Wednesday night, I checked it for viruses. Oh, we had viruses, all right. Plenty of viruses on it. So I called him Thursday. I said, here's the price, right? The only thing we can do really is all I can do is reinstall Windows. That's it. And he said, oh, no, I don't want to do that. Keep the laptop. I don't want to pay you the price.
No.
And then yesterday he called back and he said, I've heard really great things about your company. I've decided to go forward. Reinstall Windows for me. I'll pick it up Monday.
Late. I sold it already.
Yeah, no, I hadn't even touched it. So, so that's what I did today. I reinstalled Windows on it and got it up and running again.
That's
So
funny.
no
Nice.
virus. But yeah, that's been primarily it. Getting a laptop set up for another client for Tuesday. So what have I been working on? That's been it, pretty much, and doing the full-time day job as well. So keeps life busy. But nothing as exciting as pens on older computers.
Javier, what's going on in your world, buddy? Smoking tech since 1984.
That is correct.
Thought.
Well,
what have you broken this week that you need to send to me to fix?
everything. For people that don't know, my latest broken thing is precisely the Coco 3 that I acquired brand new in VCF, and I happened to destroy it. So I need to fix it. Quack, quack, quack. But in the meantime, I've been doing some what do you call it? Not retro writing. Well, I'm refactoring this to put up an LCD, like I did in this
refurbishing.
Monitor. Yeah, refurbishing. This is an LCD in here. So what I do is I've been taking some monitors that they didn't work, so I repair them, take out all the internals. Like this one was broken in shipping, so I'm actually all the chips that are gone. I recreated it with some techniques, and then I'm gonna paint it all again, and I'm gonna put an LCD inside, so it will look as an original, but it will be a new LCD. That's one of the things, and the other one is doing my clear case drive.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Nice
That
looking.
here you need this.
I need to
Javier
take it
just
out.
looks
I
big
know.
for this. Yeah. There we go. Look at
But
that.
yeah, this is not, it's not blue. This is just the
It's
cover
the
that it
protective
comes with, the
stuff.
plastic.
Ah, okay.
But I haven't taken it out because I want to keep it kind of clean. But I'll take it out one of these days.
Is that one of the three that you got that was all busted up?
Yes, actually, yeah.
Yeah, nice.
I got 3 busted up. I fixed 2. I still haven't been able to fix the third one, but yeah, this is one of them. And I put color Plamen color LED, so it changes colors when it reads, and another color to write and all that.
Right.
Mhm.
Fun.
So it's
Cool.
cool.
Is that and that was part of your Kickstarter project, right?
Right.
Where-
So
the
I
front,
got
for the
like
clear front panel.
2 or 3 more front panels that I still have, so I'm putting it together, and that's it. So
Nice.
yeah, and 3D stuff and all that. So yeah, been
Yes.
keeping
And
myself
are
busy.
those front panels still for sale, Javier?
No, they are. I may have 2 or 3 left, so I may offer it to the community.
Okay.
So
Mhm.
yep.
Cool. Awesome sauce.
Yep.
I love it.
What about you?
Oh gosh. What haven't I been doing? It's been insane here the past little bit. I'm going to start my segment by giving a super thank you to the wonderful YouTube streamer Veronica Explains. She did a recent stream a couple days ago, just before the weekend, of building to a blue scuzzy. Of course, I'm the blue scuzzy guy or whatever. I don't know. I don't know anything about them. I just assemble them and sell them, guys. No, but seriously. And it was one that she purchased from me, and so she live streamed putting it together, and did a couple call outs. And I normally get about 18 orders a week, and I have 50 this week. So thank you very much to Veronica Explains. I can only assume that's where they're coming from. I can't think of anywhere else they would come from. So super awesome. Thanks to her.
Nice.
Other stuff though, I'm working on several technology projects for new stuff for the community. The first one is a project here. This one's partially built.
Joe, sorry,
Yes.
I'm going to interrupt for a quick sec.
Sure.
When you're done,
Yeah.
come back to me because you mentioning Veronica brought something to mind. So.
Oh yeah. I know what you're gonna say, but anyway,
yeah,
we'll come back to that. But so this is a interesting little device. This isn't complete because I'm missing some parts, some of which are down there. But this guy right here is what I call the Clipper Plus. This is based on an idea, a concept by one of our wonderful community members, John, also known as the Big Bad Biologist. Actually, I've got like a prototype here as well that I made, but here was his design of that. Basically, it's a little device that clips on top of the SCSI chip in a Mac Plus that gives you an internal SCSI connection. So you want to have a hard drive or a blue SCSI, sure, maybe, that goes inside the machine, and you don't have to have this thing hanging off the back of the machine. You put this on the inside, connect that right there. It has termination power right on there, and it does it, and it connects. I have a couple of beta tester units out of these out to some community members. Mac 84 is getting one. Eric Helgeson of Blue SCSI fame himself, the designer, that's getting one. And I think, did I send one to Javier? I sent some of those.
Hopefully you sent one to John since it was his original idea.
Yes, I think. Yes, sure. I don't remember. I don't know. I sent out like 5 of them. And I sent those out to people for testing in a real world environment. I want to get feedback on what it's like to actually install it and not, do the whole, because I'm an exemplar of one. I know how it goes together, clip, and it works, but I want other people who have no experience installing this thing to give that to me.
Yep.
Once that's up and running, then those will be available for sale on jcm-1.com. Not that I'm trying to make this like a buy stuff from Joe. But that's what I've been working on lately.
Welcome to the shopping channel today.
Haha. Yes.
What
Anyway, no, seriously though. The other thing I've been working on a little bit is another community member, another maker in the community. He's in our Macintosh friends group, and he also has a YouTube channel at Another Maker. Recently did a video of it's not back here, of the XT IDE, of the $4 XT IDE ROM that I made a couple of. We're collabing kind of indirectly. Basically, we have his permission to play around with it, but these little devices. So what these are, it's kind of hard to see because, you know, the whole focus thing and stupid cameras and whatever. This is an adapter that allows you to connect a Gotek floppy emulator to an Apple II floppy controller. So you can have another option other than floppy EMU or something like that. You have to flash a special firmware to the Gotek to allow it to emulate that, and you have to do some file conversion. So it has some hiccups in the process, but they're really inexpensive. And so it's going to be a kind of a potentially a less expensive option for folks. So we're gonna see what happens with these. Ron had a whole bunch printed out and sent to me, and I got some here to play with. So we're gonna see what goes on with that. And the other thing that is going on in Joe Land, and I've talked about this several times, but I'll bring it up again. Hopefully, this week I will be receiving in the mail these wonderful things: the A2 Vidja, as I call them, the A2 VGA cards. Here's a prototype, and here's the original design. But basically, what these guys are is you put this into any slot in your Apple II, and it gives you VGA graphics. That's it. That's all it does. So, as we know, getting monitors that are of high enough quality that support composite video, and also the wacky, weird Apple II composite video, is a little bit hard to get working these days. I mean, a lot of people now, they get their Apple II, but the monitors are dying, and they want to try to hook it up to their TV or something like that, or a modern monitor. They want to, like I've got my bench set up here with the main monitor. Wouldn't it be great if I could just use VGA or whatever? So that's what this thing is about. This is an open source project designed by the one gentleman whose name I don't remember because I'm an awful, nasty, evil zoot. His name is on here. Mark Akins was the gentleman who designed that originally. And then Vince Briel of what is Vince's project name? What does he do? What's that called?
Well, Vince Briel did the Apple II.
He did the Apple One replica.
Apple One replica. Sorry, yeah.
Vince Briel is
the Briel
well known in the Apple II community. But I talked to Vince. He gave me permission to make a derivative version of that. It's an open source project, so I made a derivative version of that just uses the standard firmware. But my focus is going to be less expensive than anyone else on the market. And also it has a snap off VGA adapter. So you'll be able to purchase a small cable with it if you want to or not. That allows you to snap the VGA part off of it, connect the cable, and mount the VGA directly to the back of your Apple II without having to go out to Amazon or somewhere place and get, a short VGA cable. It will come ready. You just pick it up and go, and it's done. It'll be completely pre-assembled. And I guarantee you it will be, there is a high degree of likelihood it's going to be less than half the cost of what everybody else is selling it for. So, and that's going to be my focus, is just to get that price down so everybody can have VGA in their Apple II and not break the bank. So that's what's been going on in Joe's world.
Have you tested any VGA to HDMI adapters?
I have not personally tested any of them with this specific unit, but it has been thoroughly tested. The firmware has been thoroughly tested and vetted. And the hardware, from a technological level, all of these hardware variants are exactly the same. It's just the physical layout of the board that's different. So it's gonna just work. It outputs a 640 by 480 by 60 hertz signal. Bog standard VGA. Literally any monitor that has the letters VGA on it can view it. Like my old IBM monitor over here, be like, all right, I'll do it. which means, of course, anything that does VGA upscaling is going to have no problem with it whatsoever. It is like the literal definition of the book standard, so it's not going to have any issues. Yep.
Nice.
Cool.
Now I just need to get an Apple II.
See, you're hanging out with the right people now, because like Javier and I, we know people who like have like warehouses of that stuff.
Yep.
You just like hand them out like Reskin flutes from Star Trek: The Next Generation. So it's just like,
and you don't have
Brandon
to
knows
live,
that reference.
and,
Anyway,
and you don't have to live a whole lifetime.
yeah,
get
exactly.
Fest.
Exactly. So
And
Nice.
Kansas Fest, there's a thing called Garage Giveaway, and you can get a free Apple II.
yep. All you
Or
have to do
free
is go to
computer.
Kansas City, Missouri, and at the end of July.
Correct.
By the way,
And
I
hopefully
love
not catch COVID. Anyway,
as
Mhm.
Mrs. VintNerd left, that you slowly moved over. It was
Yeah,
that I was
she's
just
just, like,
busted up
slowly
laughing
doing
over here. Yeah, it just was like, nope, she didn't really leave. There was no other person here.
Oh, wait a minute. I need to go downstairs.
you are
I have a
instantly
chair
our
in my
friend.
way.
You brought out the dad joke. You are now our friend. You are part of the
Let's
community.
see. Floor 3, please.
Yes.
Oh, my
Where's
niece.
Ron when you need him? Oh my gosh.
my niece
Anyway,
can't take that.
Yeah.
but yeah, and
I don't know if she wants. She left for something special. I don't want to ruin it for her. So
Okay.
hopefully I can hold down the fort.
So one thing I've been working on, by the way, back to what we've been working on. So I watched it was around Christmas time.
How bad is it?
That Veronica Explains released a video on Linux Mint, which I haven't. Nice, very nice.
Love it.
Cream. There we go.
Yeah.
There is no shortage of silly things around here.
Good. Good. You're from our team now.
anyway,
In the round.
So yeah, so Veronica Explains just either before or after Christmas. I can't remember. I know I watched the video during Christmas because we were slow at work,
Mhm.
so I caught up. And she had done a thing on Linux Mint, which I hadn't used. I used to use it years ago, and I'm like because I have a 2012 MacBook Pro i5 2.5 gigahertz with 8 gigs of RAM, and it's running 10.15. And it's slow and it's just boggy. So I'm like, I wanted to try to get something that's newer because also a lot of the apps are going, we don't support 10.15 anymore. Right. So you got to try to start, what am I going to do? So I actually had a duplicate version. Somebody had given me 2 Mac laptops, and one was the exact same specs as what I had. So I just went and put a 128 gig SSD, installed it, ran it for about a week, was super happy with it. Took that drive out, put a 1 terabyte drive in, and I'm now using it as my main laptop. And it seems to be, I've been using it for about a week now, and so far, knock on wood, it hasn't, I've been happy with it. So that's what I've been working on as well, is getting back into Linux with Linux Mint.
No smoke.
yeah.
And I'm
Don't-
using it's 21.2, the Cinnamon desktop.
Cool.
The one thing
Using
that's
the same
been-
one up there.
that's been a huge learning curve because it's a Mac. I keep trying to use the Mac keyboard shortcuts, and I'm like, oh yeah, right. I have to use other keys. So post.
Yeah, did they charge to deliver paper hats? Was the comment.
Well, soon we'll have VCF SoCal paper hats on the merch store.
There you go.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Apply a sticker to it.
Sponsored by Retro Repair Roundup.
There we go. Look, it even
love
has it's beautiful. Perfect.
I love it. Now, Trina, you have to be careful about talking about Linux around Javier because you'll angry up his blood.
It gives me rashes.
Listen, I just spent what, 8 hours watching Dave trying to get a Hackintosh together, and then people are complaining, "Oh, you got to do so much compiling to get Linux going." Please, if you're going to spend 8 hours just to get a Hackintosh working, don't even start. Don't even start.
Yeah, well, don't
So I'm
start
saying,
me
I
there.
could have
Just
had
get a Mac.
Linux Mint installed on that 50 times easy
Well,
and working. Working.
that doesn't mean anything. It's still Linux.
You can polish the turd, but it's still a turd.
Wah, wah, wah.
Oh wow, that's cool.
In one of my many lives, I did consulting work, more of the back end, for a company called Agenda, which came out with the first Linux PDA
Hmm.
Oh, nice.
about 26 years ago or something like that.
More than 26.
So just yesterday is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. So it, as you can guess, it didn't take off in Linux PDA, but
Yeah. How do you use a terminal on the PDA? Because that's the only way to use Linux.
No, it's not. Stop, would you?
it had a front end.
Yeah.
Yes.
With a big terminal.
A graphical terminal. No, I'm kidding.
Now, if I was a moderator, I would mute Javier.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I'm kidding. I love you, Javier. Anyway,
Right.
but yeah, excellent. So, speaking of, so we've kind of come back around full circle to our wonderful guests. We're now in the section of recent gets. What's the cool, new, awesome thing you want to show off that you got recently, or
Is it
things
something that I know about?
She knows everything I get, but okay. Well, let's see. So I have, I'm not a collector. I'm more of a gatherer, you know.
Okay.
But let's see.
Mhm.
This brings back memories. This thing.
Yeah.
Space.
I think the viewers will appreciate this.
Do you want to help me hold it?
I got it. Thank you, though. This is a 386. It's what, pancake pizza box.
Mhm.
It's a CompuAd
Interesting.
out of Texas. I used to work at CompuAd in a retail store before I started my consulting business, and I would sell these and I'd upgrade them. And this, I just loved. This was in the era when I worked at CompuAd. And I just love this front line that they have across the drives and the face. And when this popped up, I bought this on eBay recently. It's probably still up there. You can see what I paid for it, I guess. Well, I guess that means you can see what I paid for it. But
Uh-oh.
anyway. So it's, it's got the standard stuff on the back. It has slots.
Yeah.
A few slots.
It's a beautiful machine. It's like,
Yeah, it really is.
It's really nice.
Yeah, the person I bought it from said he restored it. It had some rust on the case and so forth, but it's all original in there. It fires up. The hard drive works, and 3D Wolfenstein 3D was on it, so it was the first thing I tried running on it. So it brought back some memories. So it's, again, just I'm not into the IBM compatibles that much because I just did so much of my adult life with them. You get like burned out on that, but I just had to get this because I loved this case design.
Right. Yeah, no, it's a great case. It's a great case design too.
It's very, it's I don't know what it's simple. It's straightforward. It's clean. Yeah, I like it.
And it's not the standard. Oh, look, you can see through the side cases that you have now with RGB lighting.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm sure the marketing team was like, it looks sexy, right?
Yes.
It is.
So.
Yeah, it is. It's a great looking case.
And then the other recent thing is,
does it have a Thunderbolt 3 port? No, it does not.
So being an Atari guy, I had to pick this up as well. This is an IBM compatible 8088. The Atari, it's a Atari PC, but it's now known as the Atari PC-1 because they came out with like 5 of them. So built-in 5 1/4. Oh, that's one of the cool things on it. This came out after just the tail end of the ST era because everybody had to make an IBM, right?
Yeah.
So it actually has an Atari ST floppy disk interface. So you can take an Atari ST 3.5-inch drive and plug it into here and use it on the IBM side.
Wow.
I have to say that is another beautiful looking machine. That is a
Atari always did
wonderfully designed piece of hardware. Look at that.
Yeah.
These pancake machines or pizza box machines, I really enjoy. Oh, I thought I was going to show the inside, but I still have the shield on.
It's all metal.
Yeah.
Heavy metal.
Like old
Atari and they're constant like being paranoid about RF after the 2600. So it has to be shielded on all sides.
Yeah.
Well, that wasn't Atari's fault. That was the FCC. You couldn't. I mean, even the Apples. Apple. The Apple IIs had exterior TV output, right? Because if they put it inside the Apple II, then it needed more shielding. So, but that's why the 400 and Atari 400 and 800 are so heavy with the big metal shielding inside. Anyway.
Heavy. Have you ever lifted an Apple III?
Probably someday, but I don't remember.
Oh, you would remember. Trust me.
You would remember, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they only weigh like 900 pounds.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway, sorry. That is super awesome. Any cool thing you're looking to pick up in the future to review?
Oh, I have too many saved eBay searches, so I'd have to think long and hard on that one. But probably more. I've gotten a lot of good accessories for the Atari 8-bit line, some pretty obscure things like a printer port off the joystick and other interesting devices. I actually, in my late teens, early 20s, worked for a company where we made Atari 8-bit and Atari ST products, interfaces, some cartridges. So I've been trying to collect those that I used to help market and sell back then. Because if some of these products, if you open them up, I've soldered on the bodge wires to get around the issues that the design team didn't figure out ahead of time. So it's got a lot of memories for me. So I've been trying to collect some of those obscure things that I used to work, actually sell and work with at these companies, like the CompuAd. So I'm having fun doing that.
That's cool. Wouldn't that be cool? You go on eBay and you find one of these adapters and you get it and you look on the inside and you're like, yep, I soldered that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is crazy.
Awesome.
I'm actually wondering if I should get like a fingerprint kit and like be like, oh,
yep, this one's mine.
Yeah. So it'd be
that
a
is
40-year-old fingerprint.
That is super.
This is going to be a new feature on the VintNerd channel. Then it's going to be like the CSI Miami type idea.
Right.
But if we convert it to digital,
right?
Yeah. Rotate the video 180 degrees.
Put on your sunglasses.
I bought a pile of discs off eBay a couple some odd years ago, and and one of them, the sleeve on it was from a store I used to work at, a local store back in Syracuse. So that was hilarious.
That is awesome.
And another collection I bought of Atari 8-bit stuff. It's in the picture on the sale, but you couldn't tell. I didn't know it was there. Yeah. And I opened up the box and took out all the stuff that came in it, and I'm like, oh my god, it's an R-Link. It's somewhere around here. It's one of the devices that I helped put together at that small company I worked back at 40 years ago. I didn't even know it was in part of the sale, and it was like reunited again, So
reunited, and it feels so good. I promise I won't sing anymore. Anyway, that is awesome.
You're gonna break your promise. I know you.
Hey, you. Hush. Shh.
Yeah,
That's
Atari's are good.
So, Trina, what have
What
you
have-
gotten recently? Have you gotten any more large boxes of cables that you're strangling people with?
No, but I did get a large box from the wonderful Everything Is Broken Garage,
Ooh.
which it came. So there was 5 more modern laptops, so I won't really show those off. But I did get a sealed color.
Ooh.
Look at those.
Yeah, floppy drive,
pretty.
floppy disks.
Wow, you got 5 extra free ones in there.
I know. Yeah, buy 20, you get 5 for free.
Wow.
And he also sent me the game because apparently I tried to take over the world.
Yes.
Pinky and the Brain game. And then at work the other day, we had some laptops returned. And this IBM ThinkPad laptop
Chonk top.
came in. And
Oh
of
my
course,
lord.
as you can see, this is why it's so thick, is because the floppy, the CD-ROM is on top of the floppy.
Wow.
Usually they're on opposite sides or, separated somehow. But this is
Will
why
you
this
open
one's...
it for us? I have
Yeah.
a soft spot for ThinkPads.
And just quickly, I'll cover the back as well. There's also this fiber optic connection. That's
Wow.
like,
Wow.
Fancy.
I can't get it disconnected, so it's just keep it dangling.
It's gonna stay there.
It's gonna
It
stay
lives
there.
here now.
That's the future.
Oh boy.
Trina, I think we lost your audio. Yep. No, we
That's
don't
kind
have
of
your,
good.
have your mic.
Hello?
Oh yeah.
Yay!
Back.
It was a switch on my headset, but it flicked. So this is what the inside of it looks
There
like.
you go.
Nice.
Classic.
You love the
The
nubbins.
nubbin
Classic.
mouse. That's my favorite.
Believe
Mickey
it or
loves
not,
the nubbin mouse. I hate the nubbin mouse.
believe it or
Yes.
not, so I work where I work. We're giving out Lenovo laptops to people that work for us. Obviously, not just randomly giving them out.
Where do I sign up?
Yeah, right. And they still have the nubs on them. These are like last year's models that still have the nubs on them. So they still have continued that. Where was it? Oh, I also have this ThinkPad.
Mm-hmm.
Ta-da-da-da.
Oh, that's like
With
a
the
T.
extended
That's a
battery.
T420 or T320 or T.
Yeah.
Yeah, 420, 430. That kind of model.
No, this one is a T. Hold on, maybe you're right. I could be wrong. It's a T43.
Wow. So that's even earlier. Nice.
And she's in a wee bit of rough shape.
Yeah, a little bit. Just a little
But
bit.
every time one of these come in, I go to my boss and I'm like, "Hi, it's a Windows XP machine. We're not going to get money in recycling for this. Can I take it home?" He's like, "Yeah, take the hard drive out. It's yours."
Nice.
Awesome.
That's
Are
why I
you
get to eat from.
familiar? Are you Trina? Are you familiar with Polymat,
No.
who redesigned the replaceable battery packs for ThinkPads?
No, I didn't know about those.
Oh, okay.
But I
he's
don't
one-
collect them. I bring them home and then I send them off to somebody who collects. He just pays me shipping, so I don't even sell them to him. I'm like, here, have them. So I got like 6 or 7 of them sitting around right now currently. But I'll need to get one of these days boxed up and shipped out to him. But yeah, that's a chunky boy.
Chunk top. Yes.
Haiku.
You can exercise
Javier.
sometime.
Javier. Show us your toys and wares.
Yeah, I don't have that many.
Just keep it to the safe for work toys, please. Thank
Trina,
you.
stop.
Trina. So I got this one. This is the last one that I acquired, and this is a floppy drive, 5 1/4, of course, for an Apple II. But of course, it's a third party.
Mm-hmm.
But it's an Apple II. And the cool thing is that it has those little opens like this, click,
Interesting.
instead of the little lever.
Yeah.
So that's why I like it.
I love how it has 2 on it, so you know it's for the Apple II, clearly.
Well, it's actually the number 2 floppy. Supposed to be the second one.
No, I was making a joke. You're supposed to go, yes, that's
Oh,
right,
God.
Trina. Ha ha ha.
Oh, okay. Yes, Trina.
Apparently.
Who does the floppy 2 work for?
Nice.
Who
Yeah,
does the floppy tube work for? Oh.
Anyway, this is the only thing I got new.
That's cool.
Wah, wah, wah.
No problem.
A little slow, Miami.
Yeah, exactly.
It's winter. They're all hibernating.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's a question. Everybody, like, especially in Canada, the seniors all go to Florida to hibernate for the winter. Where do people in Florida go in the winter to hibernate? They don't obviously
We
come to
stay
Canada.
here and we enjoy that we are not full of mosquitoes and there's no humidity.
True enough.
And
Right.
we actually go out. That's what we do.
What they do is they do it in the opposite. In the summer, they go north.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Every time I go to Florida, I get rained on.
Yeah, yeah.
It,
Rain,
for at least
humidity.
2.5 minutes, and then it's
Mosquito.
gone.
Yeah, yeah. It's quick and dirty.
Yep.
Yeah, we turn off our ACs at this time of the year and enjoy.
Mhm.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah, my
So,
daughter's
Joe,
in
what's your recent?
Sarasota.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Well, they're
Yep.
they're a little bit cold over there too, like 40s right now. But hey.
55 degrees in Sarasota.
Oh, okay, good.
What's 55 degrees in real temperatures, people?
You and your metric crap.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's
Siri,
not
what
55
is
degrees.
55 degrees
In Fahrenheit or in Celsius.
centigrade?
Oh,
Oh, it's
I never-
talking in another room somewhere.
How many giraffes is it? Because
How many is it? Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Can
I
you get
think
that
it's
to me in
I think
football
it's about
fields?
10 degrees Celsius or something like that.
Yeah.
55.
Convert 55 degrees Fahrenheit.
Subtract 32, then divide by 1.8.
It is 12.78 degrees Celsius.
That is a great temperature.
No.
That
for
is
you,
that is like that is the perfect
Cold
fall
for us.
temperature. You throw on a hoodie, you're good to go.
it's horrible.
72,
Right.
baby. 72 and sunny. I'll
Yep.
take 72
Yep.
and sunny any day of the week.
mhm.
That's what we're
Yeah,
doing right now.
unfortunately, when it gets
78.
in those kind of temperatures here, it gets muggy. Like we get humidity, so then
Hmm.
you're just like stuck to yourself.
Yeah. Tell me about humidity. It's dry as heck here right now.
Jeez.
Well, you have
Humidity,
the underground malls, right? Do you
What?
go shopping in the underground malls in Toronto?
I
Or is
don't
that
shop at-
Montreal?
That's Montreal.
Oh, okay, right.
That's Montreal. I think that's Montreal because yeah, we have the Eaton Center, but it's all above ground.
Mm.
Which, by the way, for those who have watched Star Trek: Strange New Worlds, it was featured in. Oh, and the
Yes.
store that they actually stole the clothes from
Oopsie.
is closing. The Roots store, that's in the mall.
Hmm.
It's actually closing. And that's
Yeah,
the store
because
that
it
they stole
appeared
the
on the
clothes
show.
from.
It did wonders for sales.
Yeah, right. Well, they officially never showed a store logo, but
Yeah. Yeah.
just for those of us who live here, you look at like the inside and you're like, oh, that's the Root store.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, I would love to share any new gets that I have, but I don't really have any. So
There you go.
no, I did get a couple of boards. Chris Linderman, also known as RetroTech Chris, recently got a huge haul of different things.
Ooh.
And he had a couple of 286 boards that just looked insanely fascinating to me. They were, I don't know, there was just something weird about them. I have them back here. You know, I should just like go get one.
You should.
Oh, you got the 2 of them.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah,
there
he
was-
showed
there
up
was
with a
just
bunch
2 the
of-
same.
They're gigantic. Look at how big these things are.
Yep.
They're huge. It's huge. It's a huge 286 board. It's
Oh.
gigantic.
Wow.
Right? So yeah, I wanted to I'm like, hey, can you like send that to me? And so that's my most recent gift. I haven't had anything.
You could have opened the bag, Joe, so we could have seen the board.
You saw it on his stream. It's a 286
Yeah,
board.
but that's his stream. This is our stream. Don't
come
get the
on.
board.
Do work.
Just a 286, whatever.
Being stream mom and making me be all like responsible and crap.
Yeah, that's what I'm here for.
Drowned yourself first.
Oh, see, you don't know. So this rack is at 50 volts AC at all times. If I were to put my feet on the ground right now,
Oh, can you put your feet on the ground while holding onto it? I want to see what
no,
happens.
No.
no, but here it is. It's just gigantic. It's this gigantic
Oh.
286 board.
Well,
It's
what?
huge.
Because of all the memory chips, right?
Yeah, it's got like all of the things that would normally be on interface boards are like actually on the board
On the
instead.
board.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah,
it's like
frees up-
I can't even. I don't know what case this would fit in. Like, what would I even? This is going to get mounted to like probably get mounted to a piece of like oh geez, brain, wood stuff, plywood.
Plywood.
Brain.
Okay.
It would probably get stuck to a piece of plywood or something because like I'm never going to find a case that this thing fits in.
Yeah,
Full-size
I love
18,
how
yeah.
they.
Like,
I love how they decided that two of the slots they would put the 16-bit extensions,
we're just
but
not
they-
gonna.
but they're going to use at least a couple 8-bit cards.
Yeah, I mean they're wired up. They are totally
Yeah.
wired up. You know, I could just put things in there and like have more ports.
Right.
You know, but
I used to
yeah, it
love
looks
the
like
old-
it's got a coprocessor socket there and everything.
Right.
So it's insanity. It's pretty crazy. Lots of just weird different types of chips in here.
What's the brand on the board?
Bob. I have no idea. It's completely unbranded. It's some sort of OEM board of some description. There's no branding or anything on it at all. It's just a plain board.
Hmm.
Vanilla.
No clue.
Yeah, it's a nice layout.
If I get it booted up, you know, on the boot screen, BIOS screen, post screen, whatever the heck you want to call that thing, it might say, but who knows?
By the way,
286.
Rudy has suggested that you clone the board.
No. Mm-mm. Do you want to pay for my really gigantic flatbed scanner that would be required for me to scan this deployment? I await your donation of $7,000. Thank you.
Sheesh.
Oh, and by the way, you can donate at jcm-1.com
Yeah.
today.
Donate. But yeah, there's really I've been really focused on getting several new projects out for this year for my web store, mostly because I'm trying to branch out on my own and become independent and not have a day job anymore. And I need to have a kind of reliable flow of products that are provide a good margin, but I can also sell for less than everybody else that do a really good job that I can get out there into the world.
So
That's
what Joe is saying is go to Veronica Explains YouTube,
Yeah.
find where she did the live stream, and just share the living poop out of it on all your social media.
Yeah.
Because then that way people
Put it everywhere.
get the and then next week Joe will be like, I have 100 orders for some funky reason.
That would be awesome.
It's insane. It's crazy.
want that.
This has been one. It's been. I haven't had a week this crazy in sales since the release of what was that I released. I released Blue Scuzzy V. Well, I didn't release it. I co-released it with all the other Blue Scuzzy people, but I did like Blue Scuzzy V2 and the Titan card the same week, or back to back, and I had that one week. I had like 74 orders. I'm like, oh!
Yeah, I remember that week. Yeah.
It took me 2 weeks to get caught up. It was insanity.
Wow.
Well, this day job is taking up way too much of your time. That's the
Hi,
problem.
I'm complaining about my success. Whatever. But yeah, no, enough egotistical BS. But yeah, I just I'm trying to create these really cool projects for people so that we can continue to enjoy our vintage computers, have replacement parts for things that fail a lot, so it can just keep the old machine going. That's what I'm doing. So yeah. Absolutely. Somebody did ask a couple questions here for me. Somebody's asking about the you can kind of see it right here, the Spectrogen. That's still, it's relatively high priority, but I had to like push it down a couple levels. I had to push down some of my personal projects, JCM1, that's been 6 years. this guy because I have a lot of commitments to other people right now. And
Sweet.
also,
which means I might win the bet next year.
ah,
What's
Trina,
the bet?
Trina, that I won't get back to the Spectrogen before the end of the year.
And when he said
Yeah.
when he said it's been 6 years for the JCM, I'm like, sweet, yes.
Yeah, but that's what's going on, of course. Yeah, just stuff in Joe land. Yep. Cool. Well, I think this has been a wonderful show tonight. I would like to thank everybody for stopping by tonight, especially our wonderful and esteemed guests, Mr. and Mrs. VintNerd, who put up with our crazy shenanigans. Again, why don't you let everybody know how they can find you, and specifically give us another shout out again about VCF SoCal.
I gotta put my hat back on. For
There you go.
Are you going to pin it now?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I've embellished it now too. It's got feathers.
She has upgraded the hat during the show.
Yes.
I love it.
Yeah, so you go to VCFSoCal.com to learn more about the show, see the great exhibitions and speakers we've got lined up, and to buy tickets.
Yeah.
And it's February 17th and 18th, President's Day weekend in Orange, California.
We're going to make sure it's a cool show and a fun show.
Yep.
Because I just want to have fun. This, Micki's the showrunner doing all the work. I'm like, we need another Atari. Let's set up another Atari table. So it's going to be a good time. And as I mentioned earlier, if anybody joined late, there is plenty of room for more exhibitors.
Yes.
As I described earlier, we have a floor plan layout, but we can shove that, move consignment somewhere else, and get more exhibitors in there. I actually, we did a live stream earlier with VC Fed, Jeff and Eric, and I feel like they didn't challenge me, but I thought of it like, let's have the most exhibitors of any VCF in history. Okay. She's like, okay. I'm like, this. I want more people. I want more fun tech. Nobody has TI 99s. We need more Apple IIs. So just get on board as an exhibitor and show your fun stuff, and it's going to be a great weekend. We're going to be beat after the show. We're going to be beat. I'm going to have no voice. My knees are going to hate me. I'm just going to roll around in something, and I'm no joke. I brought up the idea of a Segway, but what's going on at table 12?
Hey, why not? Right? If it helps make the process easier, get one of those little mobility scooters for old ladies. That's what you need.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just go over to the Disney park and scarf one.
Absolutely. Yes. So, Javier, where can people find you, buddy?
Habmaster at YouTube. You know me now. And of course, remember, 8-bit tees is all you need for your t-shirts.
I don't know what you're pointing at over your shoulder. You didn't put your logo
Oh,
up.
yeah. Oh, it went down. 8-bit tees. I can't reach it. Anyway, it's there.
I think I need one of those.
There you go. 8bittees.com. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah. I'm familiar with that.
And that's a good segue. We're going to be next year. We're talking to VCF because we're going to have the old t-shirts from VCF on 8-bit tees. So
that's fine.
Nice.
Next year, or do you mean later this year?
Later this year, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
We're gonna have the old versions.
Javier, you got to flip the calendar over, buddy. It's January.
Well, his corporate year doesn't end till July.
Fiscal
There you go. That's it.
And so he's still in 2023.
Yeah.
Man, that explains so much.
Yes.
Anyway, that's it. Trina,
where can people find you?
Where can people find me? They can find me here on the YouTubes under Trina's Technobabble. You can find me on Blue Sky, where I keep reposting about VCF SoCal as much as
Oh, thank
every
you.
time I see your post, I repost it. So
Nice.
Do it.
I like it and repost it. So yeah, you can find me on, obviously, you can find me on Blue Sky, Trina's Technobabble. You can also, if you can afford it, you can support me on the coffee site, ko-fi.com, Trina's Technobabble.
Nice.
Is there supposed to be like a slash in there?
There is a slash, after .com. I just
It's
assume
I know Trina, it's late for you. You're about to fall asleep. I get it. It's fine.
no, I just assume people know about the slash.
This is the internet. What do you mean people know things? Come on.
True enough.
Everybody's an expert on the internet.
Right?
Where can everybody find you, Joe?
Oh my gosh. Do they want to?
No.
Is this a thing they want to do?
You want to know
Anyway.
where to avoid.
Yes, there you go. So if you want to get the best t-shirts that are even better than those at 8-Bit Tees, you go to jcm-1.com. No, seriously. That's kind of my collection point. It's primarily my store, but also I have links to all of my social media and everything on there, so you can go there. Generally, you can find me on the internet either as just Joe's Computer Museum or at Museum Joe, and just about everywhere. So on the Hell site, formerly known as Twitter, on Mastodon, on Blue Sky, on Threads, on Instagram, I'm all over the place. So just hunt for me and say, "Hey Joe, you broke that thing. Why is my house on fire?" And we'll talk. So, yep. Well, that is our show for tonight. Again, thank you. Thank you.
Just drag it out a little bit longer, Joe.
Yeah, we've got like 8 minutes. So,
okay.
But again, thank you for stopping by, our wonderful guests, Steve and Micki. It's Steve, right?
Thank you for having us.
This was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I'm just making sure I'm remembering names. You guys were a laugh riot and a super blast to have on, and we'll have to remember to have you on again.
Well, I'll have an official.
To tell us how it went when it finishes. Yeah. You gotta come back.
Mhm.
And thank you to everybody in the chat who stopped by, asked questions, did all the and all their wonderful fun chat jokes that they like to do. Remember, before you leave, lasso the like button, spur the subscribe button, and let YouTube and the algorithm know that you liked the show tonight. It really does help us out.
I don't know if I'm a moderator on YouTube, so I don't know if that link went through on YouTube.
Yeah, well, it's on the screen now. People can just type it manually, type it wrong, and gets a really, really, really bad video.
Yeah. But that is the link to Veronica Explains that did the Blue Scuzzy.
Nice.
Trina likes to see me suffer.
Yep.
No, I like to see you succeed.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
And that is the truth. I do like to see you succeed. So
33 watching and only 8 likes. Come on.
Guys,
come on, let's get that number up.
Do the liking.
Hit the button, folks.
Do the liking.
Yes,
I did one.
Click it. Click the button. Click it an odd number of times.
Click, 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 click.
Unless you've already clicked it to like it, then hit it an even number of times.
Yep.
Hit it at the exact correct number of times.
Oh, and Gutbomb says he will make the next batch for you.
It's
wow.
Batch, Trina. Batch.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Next batch.
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 There we go. Anyway, we're done for today. Thank you all for stopping by again, and we will see you on the next stream. Bye, everybody.
See ya.